With a lot of talk about Shedeur Sanders and should he have gone much earlier, some thought he should have gone top 5, some thought that he should have been, well, a 5th rounder because that's where he got drafted. Let's talk about why people had such different opinions on him. I think this one play is a great example of it. So first, it's going to be a handoff to the offense's left against a cover 3 zone. Well, why am I showing a handoff if it's a Shedeur Sanders play? Well, because it's not going to stay that way. The back is going to flip it to a wide receiver who's going to fake as though he's going in motion, but then the wide receiver will flip it back to Shedeur Sanders, who's then going to run essentially a flea flicker just with an extra step. So, okay, bit of a clever play call. Let's see what happens. So, first part of this play runs as you would want to, but right here, a defensive lineman is coming in, ready to make a tackle on Sanders. Good job by him to read the play and stay with it, stay with the ball right here. And to make matters worse for Colorado, down to field. So that's going to be kind of the primary setup route. You want that Colorado player to essentially take that corner out of the way. And then that receiver who's about to go down the field, hopefully he can get open down the field because the corner is gone. However, the defense is staying with this. They're still under coverage that you would want to see. So this play pretty much has not worked. But that's okay. Shedeur Sanders, contrary to popular belief, he can move a little, right? Watch what he's going to do. Watch. He's able to get around that defensive lineman, starts to scramble outside, and as of right here, he has a couple of options. He could just step forward and run for some yards. He even could flip it a little bit forward and maybe gain some yards that way. Worth mentioning, it's a second down. They have to get to about a 37-yard line, so you don't need to convert here. You could just throw it away if you want to. But he also looks back and sees he has a wide receiver who's currently behind him. This wide receiver was the player who was in motion, who got the ball and then passed it back to Sanders. And so watch what Shedeur is going to do here. Watch him flip it behind in a very clever play. Ultimately, they lose 1 yard on the play. And I think some people view this as a massive positive and some people view this as a massive negative. Quite frankly, he's a different player who does a lot of these different things. And while some people maybe made Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes comparisons because of that, it seems like the NFL felt like these moves just aren't going to work. But hey, every now and then a different player ends up being different in a positive way. So we'll see what ends up happening. Obviously, there's far more detail that we can get into about Shedeur Sanders than just that, but I figured that would be a good kind of one-play example of maybe why there are so many different opinions about him.